In this episode, are we going to see the culmination of years of training, for one, and years of what can be a facsimile of training for the other, really showing off their skills, trying to work together, proving that they can actually have a future on the volleyball team. And maybe if they can overcome some of their eccentricities. The king of the court. Seems to be a touchy subject. But I'm here to see some jumps and learn how to actually play volleyball. The volleyball player is not a soloist but a member of an orchestra. When the player begins to think I'm special, that player is finished. Oh, I wonder who that could be in reference to. They have to be the best. They would... the king. They would rather lose than work with him any longer. Seriously? They were easy to get motivated. I mean, let's just talk slightly loud enough to make sure they all hear that he's... Yeah, that's the point. Part of the point. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. I mean, other than a little kind of, shit talk, is there a reason why he's winding them up like this? I mean, slightly different reactions for each one of them. I'm beginning to warm up more and more to that delinquent type. I don't think all those harsh words are trying to get them to exert themselves to a fuller extent, really helping them out in the long run. But at least they are fired up. And what is her job as, like, the manager? Do they have any badges or anything that needs put on the timetable? Showboating. Would that kind of behaviour get you kicked off the court? And is he going to get it this time? I'm blocked. With a look of derision there. Then he just has to jump higher. they are going to rack up the points quickly if they keep trying the same approach. The thing with decimation is that really? Where's his training? As we saw before, something that he picked up since last time. He managed to block it. May pass it back. Don't underestimate your opponents. At least he's saying, experience is on his side, not pumping himself up more than that by saying it's innate. He never questioned it for a minute, did he? He's not really interjecting here to stop him explaining why he was given that name. I mean, still, they're not doing it good enough. It's his teammates that are letting everyone down. Yep, and some people don't really react well to that kind of reinforcement. Do they really want to win, though, if it doesn't... if that's what it costs? There's no fun in the sport anymore for them. No one was there to receive. He is the team sees it better to play without him. This might be for the best, the captain sees it, bringing it to the surface, rather than let them stew on it further. The small ball of optimism that he is. I think he'll, greatly, with a smile, accept it. Be faster. What is going to be the reveal when it comes across with her? He's ready. And now that a new determination is born, please can't let it fail. He skimmed it. But now that, he's willing to work with him, if it's reciprocated. I think no one steals the limelight. That would be me. I mean, yeah, it wasn't a planned thing. It was on spur of the moment. So the fact that, he still hit it, even if it was out. Well, the fact that he didn't know it by name. It was an immediate, natural response, rather than knowing any kind of tactics. Then they'll just have to make it merely improbable. And when we see if he actually manages to make that spike past his block, you've got to love him for that. Someone talking down to his teammates. He gets very intense. That didn't stop the one he's aiming to be, or emulate. He's got that same kind of drive and ambition that the king has, but then he just needs to work at it. He just needs to strengthen those leg muscles. He'll make up for any deficiencies. Was he that confused about what just happened? I mean, most of us were. Time for a team meeting. I mean, to someone like that, yeah, just say it in the most simplest of terms. He got over it pretty quick. And with everyone watching now, he missed. That surprised him. Faster! Almost slipped back into old ways, but he caught himself though. So that's at least personal growth. Oh my god. So what's the cause now behind him not being able to catch up to it? Is this some... What is also a... So his timing is off, is that what you're saying? He has no natural ability, just he's fast. Was that what was intended? Bloody... They're trying to make the best of both of them rather than merging. And they are very good abilities, especially split-second decisions. The captain does a good job. I mean, he was told. And that goes back to what he was saying back at the original tournament. His potential is wasted. Don't go to the ball, let the ball go to you. I mean, that's what he's been doing anyway. Well, just completely trust in his ability as a setter. He'll get the ball to where it needs to be. I mean, if it works off, that would be like a truly impressive, like professional level skills. I mean, he has the ability to sense people's movement. Block out everything that could be a distraction. Worked. The fact that no one managed to move, and the fact that, you know, they were all stunned to almost silence. I mean, he told him not to focus on the ball. He'd get it to him, is what he did. I think more people are confused over what just happened than he himself. He did. I mean, he doesn't have... he doesn't do things by halves. He told him to do something, so he tried doing it. His outlook on the game and working with everyone is astounding. And if that spark ever gets squashed, that would be heartbreaking. Oh well. It was good while it lasted. So where does the problem lie? He's actually having fun? You're not allowed to have fun? I mean, the more that they synchronize, get it working together, they'll be unstoppable. You know, apart from having the rest of the team. When he actually manages to hit it right. Unlike his other teammates, this one won't just give up. There'll always be that next time. He's learning. Don't go through, go around. It just needs to be slightly better. Is this one going to be out as well? You've always got to love it when there's slow motion, being able to have these extended thoughts like they do. Going through a whole monologue in a split second. And there you go. The ecstatic levels of joy that I'd expected wasn't actually expressed. It was just a big, yes, good, it worked. Congratulating themselves. Maybe they'll have a bit more of a celebration and they realise what they just managed to do. Still need to win the match. I mean, in sports, especially when there's high level adrenaline and whatnot, you're going to have big energy, big personalities. And the fact that they've managed to get these two to kind of coordinate to the way they have in a couple of days, it's really speaking levels of things to expect going forward. And what's that guy who kept failed the serve going to be like? I wish I could get so attached to something, so hyped and energetic, so ecstatic, so happy. But I'd more likely miss the ball on the slowest of passes, so a setter who has found his place, analysing the battlefield that is the court, player locations, movements, intentions, putting the ball exactly where it needs to be, just in the path of a spiker who, well, has an unnatural ability to dive across the court in a split second. Now we just need to fill out the rest of the team with people full of extraordinary abilities like these. The king of the court himself doesn't have the most outstanding personality that you'd immediately take notice of, unlike our orange-haired jumpy boy, but his seriousness and concentration really cuts in deeper when you contrast it with the sheer amount of optimism and pep. And sometimes, taking a negative and turning it around is the best way to see that you've actually achieved something. So if you can take that king moniker and turn it into something to be proud of, it'd be a big moment for him. All we've got to do now is watch a lot more, see if we can refine that natural ability into some technique. Actually coming up with a plan of attack instead of just run, jump. Someone not there? Go for that bit. And the captain seemed to recognise that sometimes the harsh truths are some things you need to hear, so he let that carry on. And it seems to have been for the best. Confronting your issues head first is one of the steps to overcoming them. And what wall is going to be torn down next? We're going to have to watch some more, so if you enjoyed this one, let me know. Leaving a like and a comment on the video helps out the channel. Subscribing keeps you up to date. Joining my Discord gets you a whole bunch of people talking a whole load of nonsense. Sounds fun, right? Get some rest. See you in the next one. If you want to help me become faster, stronger, and more handsome, consider joining onto my Patreon. But unfortunately, only 2 of those 3 are an achievable goal. But with that bit of self-degradation out the way, I need to thank Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfire, Jennifer Rojas, Girly, Kite, Saltytron, Cardboard, Dark Shadow 7899, and everyone else. Because you really do set me up to achieve greatness. And I couldn't do it without you.